What's up, everybody? This is Greg Newberry here with Made in Charlotte, doing the what's in my camera bag. So let's just jump right in. Up first, we're gonna start with lenses for my Nikon. I use a Nikon D800 primarily for still imagery. I love it. It's a megapixel monster. We'll talk more about that later. First up, I want to get through these guys. These are the lenses. These are the most important part, as we all know. So up first, we've got the Nikon 20mm f1.8. I really like this lens. I don't do a ton of landscape stuff, but I did go up in a helicopter. I'll be shooting the Nikon D800 with the 20mm lens on it. And as you can see with some of these portraits, you can just fit so much in the frame. One here with the helicopter rotor in shot, and even getting some nice shots of each other while we're in the cabin. I was up against kind of the 14-24 f2.8 also by Nikon, but that huge front element, the fact that I can't use it with any like ND, UV, like no filter. Yeah, I like the 20. I think the 20 is great. I think that, yeah, it's really good. I even used it with some portraits. Here with Kate, I really like this one here with Polo. He was right up in my face and I just got so lucky. As you can see that you can get a really contextual look with the 20mm. Prime, it's going to be a better optical quality than a zoom, so I really like the 20. Moving on, 35. Oh, it's on the camera. It's on the camera. So I like the 35. Honestly, that's the most ugly looking lens that I have anyway. It's quite beat up. Oh, do we have the lens? We have the lens. Yeah, you guys can take a look at this thing. This thing is beat. This thing is beat up. It's got a rubber wrist thing here where the zoom ring once was, and then you can see just all kinds of pitting and whatever on the thing. But elements are free and clear. This is the f1.4. I love it. I use it a lot for portrait sessions. As you can see here, these with Grayson in the hallway. Like I said, not quite as wide as that 20. I don't even think I owned the 20 at the time. But yeah, the one thing I will say about this camera, or this lens, whenever you're shooting it on like a strong light, like on the horizon, for example, if you're shooting a shot of the skyline, it will fringe really badly. Like the chromatic aberration, the green and purple is pretty noticeable. That's one thing I do not like about this lens, but everything else is great. I use it for portraits, low light. It is a stud. Check out these pictures of Andrea. It was pitch black. Absolutely pitch black. We did this like UV light thing and it was really cool. We got into a lot of interesting poses. The low light capability, I think I shot all of these at f1.6. So it's really, really incredible. I like this one here of Grayson with her hand on the rearview mirror of the bus. Again, more contextual. It's got a level, it just melts the background once you get a little bit of compression. So as you can see up in the top part of where the sky is and where the tree limbs are. But no, I love the bokeh on this lens. Okay, I think that's enough on the 35. Let's go to, right here, up next. Nifty. It's nifty. Everybody's got one. I did these shots with Rachel here on this cool car. It kind of reminds me of like Cruella de Vil. But also 1.4. I think I shot these at f2. I rarely shoot the lenses that I do own at 1.4. I rarely shoot them at 1.4 just because I would rather get the shot at f2 than miss it at f1.4. But yeah, with this lens, you start to get a little bit of compression, not a ton, but it also almost perfectly matches the human eye perspective, which kind of makes it good for everyday use. Up next is the 85 1.4 prime. This one is the Portrait King. If I had to pick one lens just for portraits, it would be this one. You can see these shots. Again, I use this with the shot with Andrea. For portraiture, this just offers really nice compression. Whenever you're taking a picture of people, we don't want to look distorted in any way. So this does a really great job of perfectly reproducing lines and just all the different aspects of the person that you're taking a picture of. Again, I think I shot these at f1.4 or 1.6. I think I went below f2 for these, which is kind of rare for me, but I like this one in particular. It's just really nice. Even though there is a little bit of a stepladder in the background, I love what this does to the face. This is a great lens for the face. Now, so those are my primes. Let's talk about zooms right here. we've got the only two zooms that you need to own. 24 all the way to 200. Boom, these two lenses got it covered. What I love about these lenses is that, like I said before, I rarely will ever shoot any of my primes, really much less than f2. So jumping up to f2.8 and then having the ability to crank in and zoom right there on the spot without having to change lens and then right away get back out to 24, it is so nice. You'll use this when you're shooting like events or weddings or anything where you're kind of just moving around and you're just trying to get as many shots as you can in the time that you have. Never mind the convenience of it all, but it really is nice because a lot of times you will lose the moment, or it'll just be super impractical to carry around all those lenses. I'm trying to think back to Hops Fest, and it was like 91 degrees outside. I was sweating my ass off. I don't have time to carry around a backpack with all of this stuff in it, and then, oh wait, hold on, can you guys hold on just one moment? I need to change my lens. Hold on. Okay, I got it right now. Let me just hold on. I just need to adjust one setting here. Okay. Can we do one more? One more? Can we do one more? Yeah, nobody got time for that. So the zoom lenses are nice. Also, let's pull up an example with this guy. These pictures here of AJ, I was able to very quickly, in this exercise moment, I was able to very quickly get a variety of composures with him at multiple lengths. But yeah, you can see the differences in the compression that you can get very quickly. Again, you don't have time. It's not a convenience thing. It's that, okay, he's doing this, he's got these chains around his neck and he's doing these dips one time. So you have to really kind of pop, 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 and then right away again. So the zoom lenses are super nice for that. Oh, I didn't. Nice. We'll get those close-ups now, just so we got them. And then that lens is great. And then we'll also do the Tamron 24 to 70. I like this one. It's the Tamron. It's not the Nikon version. I like this one because it was available used around me here in Charlotte. It was only 900 bucks is what I paid the guy for it, and it was in beyond mint condition. I think I have the box that it came in. So I got a great deal on this. I think the Nikon lens, even used, is above like $1.5 grand, you know, on Amazon or eBay or whatever. So yeah, I think this is a great alternative to that lens. I've shot that lens. I actually shot Michael and Justin's wedding on it earlier, so we can maybe put some shots of it from there on. I mean, it's a good lens, it's not a bad lens, but it's, well, the problem with it is that it's this long and it's not even as good optically as the Tamron. I mean, a lot of other like videos that are much more in depth and more serious than this one is will probably be inclined to agree with me. Same thing with this one. This one's becoming one of my like go-to lenses when I'm shooting at the gym. We're moving around, we're moving quickly, and I like to shoot through things at the gym to kind of make the pictures more interesting. And usually, oftentimes to do that, you have to, number one, have a little bit of a zoom. And number two, you're really gonna need to be able to go to different zoom lengths to get the perfect composure, or you'd have to kind of overshoot it wide, and then you'd have to spend a lot of time in post cropping in or rotating, or, you know, oh, I don't want this guy in there, or oh, this is nice here. So again, all the more reason to keep a few zooms in your bag, guys. In the beginning, I was so much of a lens prime snob. I wanted to have all, you know, super low aperture glass, very expensive way to go. And to be honest, you don't even get the utility. I was obsessed with like, oh, this is the best possible looking lens that I'll get. And they're good, they're great, they're really nice. But I think I would have honestly been much better off as a creative if I'd have just had some zoom lenses and I'd have been able to do, you know, a lot more with a lot less. So, lenses that we use primarily for video. We have the 18-105 f4 aperture by, oh, it's by Sony, duh. No, I was looking at the G, I was like, is this G Master? No, wait, hold on, I didn't put down a mortgage for this, so no, it's definitely not a G Master lens. No, I like the power zoom. If you guys remember The Office, I go to sleep watching The Office almost every night. And power zoom, or just having a nice big smooth zoom ring like this one has, and having that range is gonna allow you to do like those really cool, like punching in on Jim when he makes a clever remark shots, or, you know, you use it creatively however you want to. But I really like having that. This is kind of the one lens I'll go to, like if we're at the gym and I'm gonna be on the gimbal all night, I'm just gonna go for this lens because it doesn't move when it zooms in. It doesn't expand this way, like, hold on. like this guy. So it makes it really nice, like once you get it up on the gimbal, on the Ronin, you don't have to move it around at all. So it's great glass. I like this lens. The other two lenses that I use whenever I'm on that camera are actually on cameras right now. Go figure. We have the 10 to 18 from Sony. We also have the Sigma Art 18 to 35. Oh my God. Yeah, those two lenses are great. I love the 1.8. I love that even on a crop sensor, you can really, really get that creamy look like you get on some of the bigger cameras. It's a great lens. I wish that Sigma could have figured out how to tone down the autofocus noise. That would have been so nice. Sigma, if you're listening, if you're out there, if you hear me, because I know I can hear you, you loud ass motherfucking autofocus. Anyways, so Sigma, if you hear our cries, please develop a silent version of this lens. I love that it has autofocus, don't get me wrong, because then it's just a matter of tweaking the audio to get it just right. But please, 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 I'll ask you one more time, please. All right, and then, like I said, the 10 to 18, that is the default lens that I use for vlogging. It is great. You can run around with that thing all day. Hops Fest, Wine Fest, it's got you covered. You're not gonna have any trouble getting anybody in frame with that lens. At 10 millimeters, the rectilinear distortion is a little bit noticeably bad. I will definitely admit that. So I kind of like to keep it in that 12 to 18 range. Most of the time, I'll just leave it in at 18 and I'll just forget it's there. I could probably honestly just vlog with an 18 mil prime. Wish someone would come out with one of those. So, we've covered lenses that I use for the video camera. Now let's move on to other things that I keep in my camera bag that I would not leave home without. Cool guys, now that we've gone over what I like to shoot on, let's talk about some other things that I like to shoot with that kind of make the day easier. First up, gotta throw this in, the Ronin S. This thing is incredible. I would say that this thing right here, this enables some really, really slick camera moves. You'll see me use this a lot at the gym. I like to be able to kind of weave around. So anyways, this is what makes all the cool movement magic happen. We'll probably do a separate video on things that I like to do with the Ronin, but I feel like there's already a bunch of really good ones like that out there. So anyways, yeah, the DJI Ronin S, this is definitely a must-have. It's super nice. The horizontal 360 roll is great. All day, like you can literally use this thing all day, literally all day. And yeah, that's the DJI Ronin S, so highly recommend that. Next up, let's talk drones. We have the Mavic Air, and this thing is crazy good. I did get the Fly More pack that comes with some extra batteries, and it comes with this really cool case, which I really have grown to like. The thing I like most about this case, hold on guys, check this out, is that let's say you're going out on an adventure, going for a hike, yeah? So then you need a bag that's about this big, but maybe a little bigger. Oh, okay, cool. We got you covered right here. So this little flap side, I should have rehearsed this a little better. Yeah, so this side opens up and there's like a whole nother pouch in there. Let's see, what do I have in here? Sometimes I have some snacks left over from an old hike. There we go. So this is cool. And then whenever you're not using that pocket, you can just zip it back up. The straps kind of take out the slack, and then you're right back to the usual messenger kind of style bag. Overall, really like this. It's got a compartment for everything, and then they give you one extra in the very bottom, so you can use that. I usually like to stash my 10 to 18 in there if I'm just trying to go super, super light. Anyway, so back to the drone. We've got the Mavic Air. This thing is great. I love it. It's super maneuverable. I think that it actually is still a great drone in 2019, even with the Mavic Pro 2 out. Reason being is because that drone, the big advantage of it is, well, if you get the one with the lens, with the zoom lens, that's really nice. But in my opinion, one of the bigger advantages of that new Mavic Pro 2 drone with the Hasselblad sensor is that it shoots 10-bit. My computer, before I upgraded, this one right here, wouldn't even handle 10-bit. It barely choked on 8-bit, much less, you know, twice the color gamut. So whenever you're considering a drone, you're considering camera gear in general, you always have to kind of consider the whole ecosystem, right? So you're only as good, your editing of video is only as good as the computer that you have to run it on. So, you know, you can't blow like the entire budget on your favorite toy and then realize, oh wow, you know, I'm kind of out of hard drive space, or oh wow, hey, I didn't think to buy a better memory card than what I had for my old camera, or oh wow, I don't have a single lens to use with this brand new A7 IV, right? Or whatever the latest A7S, whatever Sony, you come out with one every 3 months. So hey, whatever the latest one is today. Anyways, so we've got the DJI Mavic Air. I love also on the remote control that they brought the joysticks in. Everybody says that, but I'll reiterate it. It's great because if you had the old Mavic Pro or like one of their older drones, even older than that, then you'd know that they had these giant controllers with these non-removable joysticks, and it's impossible to fit it in your camera bag, and it makes it way easier to carry around. You just toss it in the bag. It all folds up. Actually, it all folds up. You could fit this in like your hoodie pocket. It's like nothing. All right, so that's drone. Next, let's talk mics. We've got Comica wireless lav mics. I should have bought these sooner. I'm not even going to admit. I'm not even going to admit how recently I bought these mics. When you basically you just get to a point where you're like, you know what? All right, fine. I need a set of wireless mics. All right, I bought a shotgun. I bought this nice Audio Technica mic here. I bought a Rode mic, of course, to use while I'm vlogging. I bought condensers to use while podcasting. But like literally the last thing that I bought, and it probably should have been one of the first, was a good set of wireless lavs. These are by Comica. It's a 2-channel or 2 receiver to 1 transponder, or it basically makes it easier for you to mic up 2 people instead of just 1. And then the idea being that if you could also run a pair of these if you wanted to mic up all 4 people, if you had to work with 4 people. So that's nice. I like these. We'll probably do another video on these, and hey, if that video is on another set of wireless mics, then you'll know that these sucked. And then, well, I've been enjoying these, so these are pretty good. They're reasonably priced. They're less than the Rode Video equivalent, whatever it's called. I think it's the Video Wireless Lav system or whatever that is, and they're certainly cheaper than a lot of the other big kind of name audio brands out there. So I like these. They come with a nice case. We'll get a B-roll shot of the case, and then they also come with their own lav mics. The actual mic comes with the receiver and the transponder. So that's nice. Kind of an all out the door kit. Okay, next, let's talk power. You're gonna need lots of power. You're out there shooting 2 bodies, 3 bodies, you need power. Especially one of them is an Alpha 6500. You're gonna need a lot of power. So that's why I have this. This is by Rav Power. Every Alpha user has these. It's basically like a double charging bin that has a a micro USB on one side. I like that you can charge one of these off of a portable power source like something like this. You basically just run your cables out here. This one's nice because it also has USB-C, and it'll also charge in from USB-C as well as the micro USB port for a little bit quicker charge time. But you can plug up to 3 devices, I think, into this, and honestly, now that I think about it, I think it'll only let you charge off of 2 of 3, the USB-C and 1 of the USB-A ports. I'll have to make sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Certainly there are newer ones of this that let you charge from all ports, and I've seen one actually recently pop up in my Amazon that I have on my wish list right now that has lightning power in. So all you iPhone users out there only ever need to carry 1 cable anymore. You have no need to carry the micro USB. So that would be nice, but to me it's not really worth the extra money when I already have this and a couple other ones. So I like that. Anyways, moving on, we have lights. So check these little guys out by Aperture. These are the MX or the AL-M9, and this is the new Aperture MX9. This is the bigger one. We'll talk about this one first. It's a little bit more expensive, but I love that it actually has the ability to change color temperature. You can actually make it very cool, and then you can make it very warm, and then you can also obviously dim and then make it very bright. Also charges from USB-C. Just has a great design, little magnetic little cover here for the LEDs, help to kind of make the light not as harsh. It has a 1/4 thread built into the light itself. And again, this is like a metal construction. It's a little bit kind of heavier than you might expect, but this has just been a great light. You can use it for accent lighting. I remember I used it for a shot of some talking heads in a little wine shop where I had a little place I could nestle it up in the top of the frame, and it just kind of added an extra little to the shot. Or you can just kind of use it as a primary light source, like I did with these shots of Grayson in a Glory Days hoodie. We actually did these at night, but I used a couple of these little lights to kind of help augment the ambient light that was there. These are great. This is the ML9. This is actually the older model. This one is not color changeable, so this is just one temperature, and then you can change the brightness from brightest to, or that's as dim as it goes, and then it goes up to here. Again, another magnetic cover. You can take that off and kind of get, you know, kind of the most lighting power out of that. But that's nice. Again, just little quick rechargeable lights. These are so nice to have in a pinch. You can actually mount these on your camera. They include these little bits, which I've saved for now. This is what'll come with that aperture, or oh my God. This is what'll come with that Aperture AL-M9. It's got its own little kind of proprietary connection system here, the way it kind of latches in. But what's really nice about this is that they come with these little hot shoe to 1/4 male mounts. These are great. These are really nice quality accessory piece here. They kind of tighten down. They'll fit into a camera hot shoe like this. And then it would let you hold something like a GoPro. Of course, I don't have the right mount here. But then you can mount something like a GoPro on top of your camera and actually use it to collect like a behind the scenes clip, for example. You can also use it to attach a light directly to your rig. So a lot of times I'll go light and a mic, or monitor and a light. So this, again, will slide right into the hot shoe on the small HD, and I'll be able to have a light rig on top of the monitor. So this is nice, all nice things. All right, ooh, this battery works great with the small HD. So you can tell that, and I actually just realized this today, Paul was showing me that I could flip it around the other way. But you can actually flip the small HD monitor around either way you like when it has this battery. I think this is the FP930. Something like that. I don't know. One of the Sony batteries, they come in 3 sizes. It's like 920, 930, and like 960 or something. I'm probably getting all these wrong. But anyways, this is the middle ground size, and this allows that monitor to still rotate around nicely. You can do it with the bigger monitors, but you have to do it around the other way. Did that make any sense? If it didn't, we can just fucking cut that shit out.
It sounded fine. Since I'm sitting on the couch, might as well do this.
Let's see, what else? Oh, I don't think we talked about this guy earlier. This is the Nikon D800. This thing is a beast. I love this camera. It is actually still reasonably priced now in 2019. You can probably pick one of these up for about, I don't know, $800-900 on eBay or something. Probably you can get a better deal. You know, somebody looking to get rid of this, maybe with a couple lenses or something like that. But yeah, you can get these cameras for really, really cheap. Just megapixel monster. The video on it is decent. I used the video out of this camera until I upgraded, so don't tell me you can't use it. I don't want to hear your excuses. This is really, really great. I could go on and on about this camera, but there's probably a better tech review out there. I will just say, I guess, a couple things. One, how many megapixels this camera has and the high dynamic range, that combo alone is worth it. Auto through the viewfinder is really nice. It's lightning fast. Live view for video, not so much. Do not buy a Nikon camera, at least one that's this old. I haven't used really any of the new mirrorless cameras, but I'm not inclined to think that Nikon has really cleaned up their act on the auto side of things. But anyways, for still imagery, I still prefer to use this, the D800, and I will be upgrading this to the new Nikon camera soon, maybe the D850 sometime soon. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep rocking this guy. Maybe I'll just buy another one and just run them into the ground. I don't know. Shot a lot of weddings on this. Shot a lot of portrait sessions on this. Great in low light. Super good at low noise. I think it goes down to like ISO 32, I want to say. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, there's probably a much better tech review out there, but just from my experience, I like this over the mirrorless camera bodies for stills, just because it offers me a really great feel in the hand. I can adjust my aperture, my ISO, and just everything. On the big camera body like this, there's like a button for everything. So with some of the new mirrorless cameras out there, some of them have a great layout on the buttons. Others don't. They kind of compromise. Like you'll lose the wheel on the front, or maybe you'll lose, you know, something somewhere. If nothing else, you're losing life on the battery. There is no mirrorless camera on the market today that can compete with the battery life of this camera. I can literally shoot all freaking day on this camera. I own precisely 1 extra battery for this. There's a reason for that. I've never needed more than 2, ever in my life. So that's the D800. Holds 2 memory cards, which kind of makes it a pro body, but one of them is a CF compact flash. Actually, I think CF is a different thing. We won't put that. We'll cut that out. One of the slots is a CF slot. The other one is an SD slot. So you can use two memory cards with this to shoot, but you're gonna need 2 different kinds. So I kind of wish it had 2 SD card slots. Like I said, I kind of wish the video quality was better, but other than that, for a still image camera, this is really still where it's at for me. All right, moving on to things that I can't show you. Obviously, the camera I'm shooting right now, the A6500, is really great for video. I love that it can just pound out 120, 1080. I love the colors on it look really great. I think that the low light noise performance is really good. Certainly a step up from what I had before this, which was an A3000. Yeah. No, it's actually still a great camera, and it's actually rolling right now. It's my behind the scenes camera. What died? Oh, that's okay. It's just a behind the scenes angle. If we got half of it, it's okay. I think that's all the pieces that I have. I could talk about my actual camera bag, but it's like a Case Logic thing. It's like super generic. It's a piece of shite. All right, guys, so that's a little bit of a look into what I keep in my camera bag. It will fluctuate for sure, but that is kind of what I've got going on right now in 2019. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there. Other accessories, I will list them below. Oh, wait, hold on, time out. We didn't even talk about the small HD. Oh my gosh, the small HD monitor, made right here in North Carolina. Duh, this thing is awesome. You can flip it around. It's got like the brightest screen. Again, look somewhere else for the tech review tutorial, but the small HD, we're using it right now. It looks incredible. I love the swipe interface. I love that it turns on in like, I don't know, it's super fast. It's like 3 seconds. It may be 6 seconds, but it's really fast. Which is really nice when you're kind of just on scene or, you know, wherever, whatever. I just got this thing all set up. I'm missing the shot. Turn it on, hurry up. It's ready to go whenever you are. Get the bundle to adapt it to whatever camera you want to use it with, because being able to run the camera off the battery on the monitor is super nice. And you'll also make sure that you get like the right mounting bracket and all that kind of stuff. What else? Oh, the Rode Video Micro. The Rode Video Micro is also a must-have for any vlogger, for obvious reasons. No battery to die, and it's awesome. And it comes with a wind muff. So, windsock. Muff? What is it? Is it called? Dead cat. Dead cat. Pixel, don't look at me like that. All right, what else? Oh, one more thing. Oh, God. The Benro K5 tripod. This thing is awesome. It will hold your camera, and it also has a nice little tilty panny head on it, and it also has a lovely Manfrotto quick release style plate, which is the same quick release style that I used to run on my Glide Cam, and it's the same style that I have now on my Ronin, so that's good. All right, that about concludes everything that I normally keep in a camera bag. I'm sure there's some odds and ends here and there, but we will be making one of these videos at least once a year. Until then, peace.